So this morning, I was going to speak to you about another one of my shells. It's the purple dye Murex or Murex brandaris from the Mediterranean. And this is um, my specimen. I used to have a bunch of them. And the story behind it for me is not that I went to the Mediterranean or anything like that. It's just that when I used to wash windows, I was doing a client's home and washing their windows inside, and I went past their kitchen table, and they had a stack of these shells in a little like sugar bowl. And I asked the lady, I said, you know what you have in the sugar bowl area? Oh, she said seashells, yeah. And I said, yeah, well, that's, general, right? I said, but the specific type that you have is actually very biblically related because this is the seashell that in the Bible, Lydia, um, who was a seller of purple, these are the snails that you get a little purple sac out of. And so proceeded to tell her a little bit of the history of it, and so forth, and that I was a shell collector, and I guess I was trying to sweeten her up to maybe say she'd like to contribute to my collection, which in the long run she did. She was very happy to give me a couple of them. Uh, and then subsequently I gave them away to, all but this one, to children who I'd met and explained the history and the story about them. And interesting, the connection with this, the fact that it's got that Bible connection to Lydia, who was the seller of purple, as I said, um, that it connects also to certain words. Like if you look at how this is made, they take this and they used to take you would have to have thousands of these to collect enough purple to um, do a garment. So, um, that was one thing that was really labor intense. And so to do it, you would be pretty rich if you could sponsor, I guess, the garment being made of this. Uh, and then they used to take the sack and they would put it into a mortar and pestle and crush it up. Uh, and by doing that, then they'd also add all kinds of weird, chemicals, like urine and things to, I guess, get the chemistry right to have it be able to dye the garment. And so, uh, while there's kind of a connection that the garments used to smell, even though it was a type of thing that only the rich had. It might be actually the origin of the idea of the stinking rich, um, because to own a garment that was dyed purple and that had that background of being, immersed in the dyeing process, uh, it was not necessarily one that smelled great, although it did show that you were wealthy enough to have that garment. So that's my shell story for today. Murex brandaris from the Mediterranean. It's one of my I like this. It's just a nice compact shell. It's real. It's just really sweetly simple, but simple, but pretty. Anyway.